Level 1. The candidate, 5.5 days, 132 hours, less than 4 total hours of sleep, instructors who never rest, cold Pacific water, you cannot escape. A brass bell, 10 feet away, that ends everything the moment you ring it 3 times. This is Hell Week, and tonight it finally begins. You lie on your rack inside the Bud S barracks, boots on, gear staged, fully dressed in the dark. The guy in the rack beside you hasn't said a word in an hour. None of you have. There's nothing left to say. Then the siren splits the night wide open. Instructors crash through the door. Trash cans hit the floor. Lights flash on. Voices are everywhere. You're on your feet before your brain registers what happened. Hell Week has started. You have 132 hours left. They run you to the beach before you can think. The sand is cold. The air is colder. Instructors are everywhere, and every one of them is loud. You drop to your face for push-ups. You get up and sprint. You drop again. The cycle has no logic. That's the point. Your boots fill with sand within the first 5 minutes. Your uniform is soaked from a wave you didn't see coming. You spit salt water and keep moving. The PT has no endpoint. Just the next exercise, just the next evolution. You finish a set of flutter kicks and someone tells you to bear crawl toward the water. You crawl until your hands go numb. The Pacific doesn't care what you've trained for. The first time they send you into the ocean, your body seizes, not metaphorically. Your chest locks. Your breath disappears. The water is 53 degrees and it swallows you completely. You are submerged and every nerve ending fires at once. You come up, gasping. An instructor tells you to go back in. You go back in. After the second immersion, something changes. The cold stops feeling sharp and starts feeling heavy. Your fingers refuse to close all the way. Your jaw won't stop shaking. You try to run on the beach to warm up, but your legs feel borrowed. The sand sticks to every inch of you. You are wet. You are sandy. This is your uniform now. Level 2. The boat guy. They split you into boat crews. 6 or 7 men assigned to an IBS, an inflatable rubber boat that weighs over 100 pounds dry, soaking wet. With sand packed inside, it's heavier. You hoist it above your head as a team. Your neck takes the full weight. Your shoulders compress. You carry it up the beach, down the beach, across soft sand, through water. The boat doesn't get lighter. You get weaker. When one man falters, the whole crew suffers. An instructor sees someone's elbow drop and makes the entire crew do 8-count bodybuilders in the surf. You count them out. You start over. Nobody complains out loud. Complaining costs you extra. The weight is part of it. The group suffering is the whole point. Level 3. The Log Mule. The logs are telephone poles. They hand them to groups of 7 men and tell you to lift. You lift. You press it overhead. You sit with it resting on your thighs. You carry it at your hip. The log doesn't flex. The log doesn't shift. It just stays exactly as heavy as it wants to be. Your hands blister. Your traps begin to cramp. One evolution runs for over an hour. You rotate positions inside your group, but there's no position that doesn't hurt. An overhead hold becomes a lower carry, becomes a bear hug through the surf zone. The log gets wet, it gets heavier, your team stays together. That's not an option. That's a requirement. Monday bleeds into Tuesday without a seam. You run, you stop, you run, again. The obstacle course comes at you with no warning, and with wet hands and dead legs, you climb over walls. You swing across bars. You crawl through mud pipes. Your fingers keep slipping. Your body doesn't care. It keeps going because you tell it to. At some point on Tuesday morning, you stop looking forward. There's no use planning. You just process the next 10 seconds, then the 10 after that. Somewhere behind you, another man walks to the bell. You hear it clang once, then twice. You don't turn around. You don't have the energy to feel anything about it. You just run. Level 4. The sand zombie. By Tuesday night, your mind starts doing things you didn't authorize. You finish a sentence but can't remember how it started. An instructor gives a command, and you have to stare at him for a full second before the words connect. You blink too slow. Your reaction time has turned to clay. Sleep deprivation at this level isn't tiredness. It's a rewiring. The part of your brain that filters and processes starts dropping packets. You look at the ocean, and your depth perception is off. You line up for an evolution and briefly forget what you're supposed to do. Your crew leader has to grab your arm. You snap back. You move. But something subtle has shifted inside, and you know it won't shift back until this is over. They line you up at the waterline, arms locked, shoulders pressing against the men beside you. An instructor tells you to sit down in the surf. The wave that comes does not announce itself. It covers you completely. The cold hits like voltage. You hold the link. You do not let go. Wave after wave. Between sets, you sit shaking in ankle-deep foam. Your core temperature is dropping. You know this because thinking is harder. Forming coherent thoughts requires effort that your body wants to spend elsewhere. The man to your left is shaking violently. You are too, but you stay locked together. In the cold, human contact is the only warmth that exists. You hold it. You keep holding. Level 5, the sleepwalker. Wednesday is a different category. It's not pain anymore. Pain is something you feel acutely. What you're carrying now is damage. Your feet have blisters inside blisters. The skin on your shoulders is raw from boat carries. Your neck has a grinding sensation on the right side that appears every time you turn your head. You've stopped cataloging injuries because there are too many. But the body adapts to a point. You run slower than Sunday. You can still run. You do the evolution in front of you. You don't think about what happened an hour ago. You don't think about tomorrow. You think about the sand beneath your feet right now and nothing else. Level 6, the ghost runner. Wednesday night, you see something move in the water that isn't there. You blink, it's gone. 5 minutes later, you watch a figure standing at the tree line that disappears when you look directly at it. You don't mention it to your crew. You already know. Your brain is running on borrowed time, and it's starting to fill gaps with its own content. The hallucinations aren't terrifying. They're matter of fact, a shape in the fog, a voice you can't locate, a sound that stops when you turn toward it. The instructors know this is happening. They've seen it in every class. They don't stop. You don't stop. You process it as one more layer of the experience, and you keep moving. Level 7, the bell watcher. The bell is always visible. It hangs near the instructor station, brass and ordinary looking. 3 pulls and you're done. 3 pulls and you walk away. Someone pulls it in the middle of an evolution, and you hear the ring carry down the beach. You count the rings automatically. You've been counting since Sunday. It's become a habit you didn't choose. Some of the men who quit are not weak. You've watched strong men leave, men who were faster than you in the runs, men who carried more weight without complaining. They reached a place you haven't reached yet, or maybe they reached it differently. The bell isn't about muscle. You understand that now more than you did on Sunday. You keep moving away from it. Level 8, the gray man. Thursday is the furthest edge. You have been awake for over 70 hours. Your body has stopped asking questions and started making unilateral decisions. Your appetite is gone. Your thirst is constant. You drink water because they make you, not because you feel it. The group is smaller now. Where there were dozens, there are fewer. The boat crews have been reshuffled. The faces around you are the ones that stayed. Nobody speaks about quitting. Nobody speaks much at all. You run in silence. You carry in silence. You sit in the cold water in silence. The silence is not defeat. The silence is what's left when everything unnecessary has been stripped away. You are down to the core. Just this, just now. Thursday night, the number of remaining candidates has dropped significantly. You can feel it in the formations, the gap where men used to stand, the shorter boat crew lineups. What's left is a group that has moved past the threshold together. The evolutions don't stop. That's the thing people on the outside don't understand. The last night isn't a rest. It's another night. More wet, more cold, more movement. But something is different in the air. An instructor makes a comment about Friday. It's offhand, almost nothing. But you hear it, and so does every man near you. Nobody reacts. But something changes in the posture of the group. The collective weight of 4.5 days lightens by a fraction. Level 9, the Hell Week survivor. Friday morning comes without ceremony. The gray light breaks over the Pacific. The ocean looks the same. The sand looks the same. But something deep in you is not. They gather you. An instructor finally speaks. The words are few. Hell Week is over. You don't collapse. You don't scream. You stand there with your crew, soaking wet, every muscle at its limit, and you feel something arrive that has no name. Not pride, not relief. Something quieter than both. Something that will live in you for the rest of your entire life. You survived. Not because it got easier, because you didn't stop